Enigma gave paradox a tight hug, and I was born. Bold, dark and lovely, a deep chocolate, a son of the African soil, coiled deep within the roots of culture and nature with no exploits. The birds and the wind chimes made a cacophony around them. My cries, fused with mama and papa smiles, made the perfect symphony. Fast forward and I fell in love with the world, dark as it were, sad exogamy. Then I heard the stars calling out my name. I received the call. They were imploring me to go back home, home to bright lights, greatness, and life extraordinaire. They said darkness wasn't meant for me. I had to light it up. My eyes were meant to see. I had to brighten up. A light to my feet and a lamp to my path. It was waiting, embodied in God's holy word. So I hit that holy water, walked above Satan's doubts and expectations. I got reborn, born under the joyful watch of heavenly beings, music and angels supreme. Music from the Holy Trinity made the perfect harmony. Now I'm a misfit with an eternal crown. Call me a royal priest because I storm darkness and bring peace. Victory is in my vein. I know it. I'm running deep and my roots run deeper. I'm growing. I represent a supernatural, uncontainable, indescribable God. So when you see me up on that stage, I'm just speaking in daylight what is told in the dark, proclaiming from rooftops words whispered in my ear, these words that shoot straight than an arrow, words that penetrate flesh, bone, and marrow. And if you forget my name, please remember my Jesus. I was born in this jungle, and my first breath was like inhaling a warm soup made from aromatic blossoms. My dad lifted me up on that balcony for the gazelles and the giraffe to see. A prince was born. The elephants blew their trumpets and the rhinos joined in song. So you see, I was born as a real warrior long before Turbulence sang about it. So this growth in my head is just an art. This insulin dependency, it's just a scratch. I may come out of a chemo session with a clean cut, but trust me, I'm still an heir to my father's throne. I've got gorillas in my backyard, soldiers, warriors, sharpening swords and spears, the spears of willingness and faith as the shield. So if you see glaucoma, cancer, corona, lupus, diabetes, MS, and the rest, please tell them we're never gonna stop waging war against these demons within us. We might be hard pressed on every side, but not broken, struck down, but not abandoned, persecuted, but not forgotten. Throw stones at us and our tiger eyes won't flinch. We pick up stones and build ourselves a foundation, turn houses into homes and build nations. We turn chronic illnesses into chronicles of our life. That pain doesn't define us, it refines us. We are not those who break down, shut down, or cower easily. No, we rise. Just like dust underneath the feet of a dancing Maasai, we rise. Even when the sky grows weak and the winds howl, we rise. Even when these monsters slither through our vessels, multiply and divide, we rise. We rise above this plague of the flesh and fight for those who can. So please don't cry at our funeral, because it's an honor fighting. Because listen, they can kill our bodies, but no casket in the whole world could ever hold our Shaka Zulu spirit. I'm stuck between two. The reality of what we have and the truth that's who I play out to be. I'm stuck between you, the lie, and fiction. I'm stuck in the past, living in this reality, a reality that's beating me into conformity. You see, I was love struck, but I guess love struck me so hard and now I'm confused. What is love? Do I love you? So is this love or foolishness that's keeping me here? Tell me, what's up? A clue? So tell me exactly how thick is the thin line between love and hate? What is this that's keeping me coming back for more frustrations? Was it worth it? Was it worth it? The games I missed, the plans I changed, the strings I pulled to stay connected to you, was it worth it? See, I used to see the color of love in your eyes, but now the fabric is too faded. All I see is the never-ending thirst for power to control me through fear. And now I nurse my black-eyed peace that no blues or R&Bs can cool. Catch me in public and I'm a tough skin with a soft heart, a big smile and a bow tie. The young kids The young kids want to be me. The older ones envy me. The single fellas want a piece of what we have, but what they don't see is the war inside when we're alone. I'm living a double-edged life, and it's cutting deep into me, cutting through my masculinity and ripping apart all that's left of me. I'm not as happy as I seem to be. Every day I have to go through hell just to maintain the balance between madness and sanity. And maybe if I'd opened up my eyes to the sign, then these hands that are supposed to caress me won't be the same hands channeling anger and emotional distress towards me. Maybe if I lace my words with more honey, then you'll find me sweet, and the love that once brought you to me might one day be restored. Maybe if I keep my opinions and questions to myself, we'll find peace because we're living in the same house, but I don't feel at home. And right now, depression and anxiety are more friendly to me than you'll ever be. I keep coming back, hoping things have changed, only to find that the signs are still the same. And it's all back to the same cycle. That's me, behind these castle walls with pain and stigma.
Deep, man. That was deep, Mr. Storm. And thank you so much for that piece. First of all, I like how you took us on a journey. It was high and low, ending on a very punchy note. What does storm mean, man? It's storm without an R.
S-T-O-M.
What does it mean? Does it have any initial, whatever?
Storm is just a soldier in the army of the Messiah.
Just a soldier in the army of the Messiah.
Just an ordinary guy trying to be effective, not famous.
Oh, no wonder I felt like pushed on every side, but not.
Yes, we might be broken, but not forgotten.
Absolutely. Yeah. So today's concert is about Wajibika. What do you get when you hear the word Wajibika?
Well, taking responsibility over your life, over your government, your country, and over each and every story that I'd love to tell. That's why I'm telling these stories, because I feel like something needs to be done, and if I keep quiet, they'll just remain with me.
Finally, they say that pain is an artist's tool. Yeah. So could it be a way of justifying why maybe artists wengine walipangi vizuri na kama walipi vizuri? How do you keep going, man, coming onto this stage even though haujapaka range pale nje?
Well, sikuweka range hapo nje ndio mnishukishie mshahara, but I feel kila mtu ana feel pain, they just express it differently. Yeah. Artists chose to speak about the pain, others stick to alcohol, or they become excessively productive at whatever they do, but everyone goes through pain. And hapo kwa mshahara ukitaka tuongezee.
Absolutely, bro, and you deserve it. Give me an okumbo hapo sasa, man. Thank you so much, man. I wish you all the very best. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in and for joining us today on this Wajibika concert, brought to you courtesy of Power 254 under the Jenga Hustle program, supported by Action Aid and global platforms. And today's hashtag is very simple: just justice for every child, Kehi, and Jenga Hustle. Today's conversation is very simple. We want to know, of all the billions, the PPEs that Jack Ma brought into this country, where are all of them? Have they been utilized effectively? Have they been used effectively? But above all else, we also want to know, as a young man, what kind of hustle are you involved in? And how do you want your government to help you jenga your hustle? Before I go off to invite the next artist, my name is Danish Odongo, or you can call me the son of Kano, and I'll be emceeing today. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for the next artist. His name is Mr. Oeva Makofi Joe. I don't know whether kuna Makofi or
design. Kabisa your design uko fiti?
Kabisa bro. Hapo sasa, man.
Kabisa your design.
Let me vamoose, man.
There.
Kabisa. Go on.
So life ni combination ya failure na success. Vitu most zilikosa meaning, squeeze me ujimpress, ndo ni smile ama na smile kujimpress. Easy, my DJ, when you're ready, I'm ready. Life ni combination ya failure na success. Vitu most zilikosa meaning, squeeze me ujimpress, ndo ni smile ama na smile kujimpress. Na dream haikuhitaji do kuinvest, kama ni capital nilitaji at the beginning of the sentence. Mama, I made it. You had a dream, I was an engineer, now I can make a constructive sentence. Dream ilitoka Nax to Naisa, dream team mefika LD. Main motive kuji-express, ukanishow akili sio syllable sana, usistress, usidigress, kuwa mdiverse. Wape hata chorus wakidiverse. It's all about the standards wakidai class. You still call the shots, hawezi divert. They accused you of greatness, ijuini kuite battery, you're guilty as charged. Hawezi die, but now that you have wings to fly, fly ego fly. Hata makanjo wanajua no hawking. Hip hop kwa biti chakacha na mafans wanadai oeba you're still rocking. Tuna pop out design ya popcorn. Hata Vatican inajua apart from John Paul someone else is popping. Because she taught me to be everything that I want to be, but the best thing is to be myself. That I can never have everything, no the excuse of not having them. That I trust you is a better compliment than I love you, since you'll always love the ones that you trust, but it is not always that you'll trust the ones that you love. Yes, she taught me the art of love. See, when I love her so much, the best gift she can give is to trust that I love her like I do now. Mom, I love you. When I make you mad, I will apologize and apologize. And when you're mad of my apologies, I'll start apologizing for my apologies. Because my mama never raised voices, she raised the sun. So I toast to the man that I am. You see, I use my mama's second name now because she is masculine, with belly muscles that stretch from the first, second, third to the 9th month, but even stronger lip muscles that utter words that move my soul. You call this the strength of a woman. These are just words that have hands that give motherly touch from my mama, in low tones, whispers and mama. You see, she has figure, trust me. Forget about that because she's my fatherly figure. Now 8 won't match. She's first in this chat list, not on the anatomy of the waist downwards, but from the neck upwards. Now she is the head of the family. Well, these words are sick because she has blood pressure. That won't kill her. Her smile is sweeter than diabetes. The mortality of a smile defies the fact from dust to dust, cause she's never upset. Unlike the soil, when you add water, she never turns mad. She's the little kind of short people you'll ever strain to look up to. Her head is like a furnished 6-story building because she is smart upstairs. Well, she walked in rags and tattered clothes to feed us. That is why she's always smart up here. So I don't need Tyra to tell her how much she is my role model, because she doesn't walk straight, but trust me, the footprints in which I follow from her are straight. Walks not in transparent clothes so that God can see her through. Now she prospers, not good in football, but in everything she always chipped in. Now bet she had so many other goals in life. Tribute to mama. Dear Mr. President, wewe ulitafuta kura na ukapata. Sisi tulipata rais lakini hatuna uhuru, na tuna feel useless unless tunapiga kura ama tunepa kulipa ushuru. Kwa nchi mwananchi analipa standing charges ndio impia pata sitting allowance. Kwa nchi hakuna kazi, mayouth kila mahali wanachora kama floss in mawano. Dear Mr. President, atungekubali hiyo ndege ingie, ama what's your take? Why take precautions after making careless mistake? Truth is, we don't know where the problem is, but the problem is we don't know what the truth is. Jupesa ya kisima waliiba, and that's the damn truth. Sudden death inakuwa viewed kama spoiled votes, that's the sad truth. Hakuna food, shelter, mata clothing, that's the naked truth. Mayouth hawana fare kwenda job interview. Politician wekili na kusumbua ni mafuta ya ndege, that's the plain truth. Truth is, we don't know where the problem is, but the problem is we don't know what the truth is. So kabla death haijanok na struggles za life kunieka cotton, itabidi tupambane. This is where the truth lies, around this tusidanganyane. Ignorance ni kama kutumia soprano ku address mateko issue based. Shule siku at my best, mode wangu hakuwa modest. Memory so clear, kiniita ngombe sahi natumia sana kujilisha, at least siko zero graced. Drama ya life netisa zingine voice ya actor ifanani na subtitle. Truth ni utaland in trouble, si depending na did umefanya sana sana kama huna title. Vitu peti ndo zina trend, tumesahau what it feels like ku address vitu vital. Immorality ina rule kwa nchi, viongozi walikuwa sworn in kutumia Bible. Naishi kwa nchi na nisaidia kupostpone my dreams. Now the only country I pledge allegiance to ni procrastination. Kwa hii nchi hata vipofu panga laini kuchagua viongozi hawana vision. Truth is, si kila message sincere. Kuna wale who preach peace ku suppress justice. Truth is, ile peace tuna enjoy na depend on justice. My friends at the high places ndo the law, sisi wengine tuna practice. I don't know what you can do, but together we can do better than this. Wakiuliza sasa mimi mnataka nifanye aje, mwambie come, let's do this. Come ni kushovle, tuta overcome this. Repetition in a bow, niliboeka kuandika piece ya peace, nikaandika kuhusu justice. So dear Mr. President, do you know the leaders of tomorrow are dying today? Regards to hakuna, but everyone has something to say. Manifesto hope hazina, our mothers have resorted to pray. Dear Mr. President, let's talk about morals. Tunaishi kwa nchi pia your deputy yako na mavice. Dear Mr. President, utakubali hiyo ndege ingie, ama what's your take, your design? Life ni combination ya failure na success. So dear dad, nimekonka world na word, siku hizi wananiita king. Mama kopoa, si unajua he finds a wife finds a good thing. Wale wanaoishi denial ndio kama bado hajarealize the future is here, bado wananiita the next big thing. Apart from wachache, wengi wanapenda nikisema ukweli, but wanakataa niko na sauti nzuri. Ironically, mwalimu wangu aliniambia I can't use the same voice to sing. Squeeze I keep it 100, vile nilirealize ni nyuki pekee. Even wannabes can't sting. Tangu class 4 daro za mao ndio mimi nilianza kuchora mistari. Pia nilienda na exercise book hoping one day nitashare one stage na Juliani. Ukabila ilikuwa so rampant, mile clan nilitambua ni uko fulani. Life is about moving. If you haven't met the devil yet, maybe you're moving in the same direction, ama wewe ndio shetani. Ushaijiuliza mbona Bible haina chorus lakini iko na verse? Nili choose word. Ushaijiuliza uzito priest tu anayo akiaddress mass, uzito wa hustle sana sana breadwinner kipass. Nilikuwa in the school of life, but success ilinipa curse. Never ask these girls why they're in love with you, more so when it doesn't make you so happy when you look into the mirror, because these girls can be very petty. Yes, you see, maybe she's in love with you when you sleep, and if she dare tells you it's because of your personality, then maybe you don't look as good. It is better she tells you she doesn't know why than she has no reason, because when she decides to leave you, she will find any reason. These girls will be like, the problem is me, not you. Any man would want to be with you. When these girls tell you this, congratulations, for you have found yourself a new ex-girlfriend, and your girlfriend, your ex-girlfriend has a new boyfriend. These girls don't like it when you have so much time and too little money to spend. These girls like it when you're truthful, but not the truth that you don't have money. So most of these boys have to pretend. These girls like a guy who is hyped like on Monday but still end up with a guy hyped like the weekend. I always tell these girls that love is James Bond and not Bill Gates, but they won't understand. The idea is to find yourself a guy who will fight for you, not a guy who will pay someone else to fight for you, as love is first hand. And when you run into trouble, go down on your knees and talk to God. God will not use it against you when you guys argue, unlike your girlfriend. So next time they ask you if you still have a girlfriend, tell them life moves so fast that I have to ask my girlfriend if I still have a girlfriend. Now that's being a responsible boyfriend, because these girls want to make a statement but grammar won't let them. All they wanna be is happy, but these boys won't let them. These girls cry. These girls cry when they are happy. These girls cry when they are mad. These girls cry when they're scared. All I'm trying to say is these girls cry when they are not supposed to. And when they die, all they deserve is the heavens, because on earth they have been through so much hell. Easy. Ladies and gentlemen, right about now I want to introduce a very dope poet from the 254. Are you ready? Give it up for, give it up for, give it up for, at home, give it up for Roger. Yeah.
Check. When you're ready, let's do this. Aren't we all seeking? Aren't we all needing? Aren't we all in need of feeling needed? Aren't we all in need of feeding? Aren't we all pleading? Aren't we all bleeding? Aren't we all greedy? How many of us are open? How many of us are broken? How many of us are coping? I cannot breathe. How many of us are choking? burdens they're barely able to bear. Many are running from a past or after pastures that will patch up us, only didn't care. How many got stories of pain but lack the strength to share? Aren't we all afraid? Haven't we all had days spent wishing we could fade away? Aren't we all just hiding behind those constant I'm okays? Will I be the first to admit to it, or am I too ashamed? But then, aren't we all bleeding? Aren't we all pleading? Aren't we all in need of feeding? Aren't we all in need of feeling needed? Aren't we all needing? Aren't we all seeking? Aren't we all on the same boat? Aren't we all sinking? Victim. See, I don't want to be a victim of ignorance. I don't want to be a victim of doubt and skepticism. I don't want to be a victim of carelessness or negligence. I don't want to be caught up in your battle between conspiracy and our reality. I had a friend of mine once come up and tell me, "Hiki to see real bro, relax." Saying this after my refusal to shake his hand na kutoa mask, my vigilance kuonekana cowardice. But you see, nowadays, you could easily be made an unwilling victim. Kwanza, if your days are spent exposed to this current system in an environment to populate with such corrupted thinking, attempts to negotiate restrictions placed all juu ya chacheng, kisha manipulate safety and include ego within. Mwanaume mzima nivae mask mimi. Ya nini? See, we've never really been the accountable type. Nah, we're more the comfortable type. The it is what it is type, the yosi shida yangu type. Never really the considerate type, more the brother, pambana na hali yako type. And here we are. Here we all are, battling a pandemic that places you, your family, your loved ones at the mercies of a stranger that you will never meet. Come to think of it, you control that stranger's fate to begin with. So just think. Think of all the lives a continued lack of awareness puts at risk. Are you thinking? See, we are all in the same boat, but aren't we the ones to stop it from sinking? Close your eyes and imagine. Let your soul drift away from the places that, from the madness that life is, to a place where magic isn't explained with facts, but felt with hearts. Forget about reality and all the insanity it contains. Forget about constraints. Refrain from the phrase, impossible, that usually chokes and strains thoughts of hopes and dreams that we attain. Let your mind wander. Let your mind wander past the borders that shape our country, past the shorelines that define this lovely continent, past the atmosphere that limits our earthly environment, traverse the millions of galaxies that populate our universe, getting mesmerized by the twinkle, twinkle, little star, putting an end to wondering where they were. Let's get in touch with our softer sides. Let's talk about love as if we were Cupid himself. Let's talk about peace as if we were the white strips on our flag that stands for it. Let's talk about harmony as if we were the BGV singing along to the soundtrack of life that governs the beats of our hearts. Let's go back to our childhood innocence. Remember? Remember how we would talk about life's vain luxuries that we even hadn't experienced, how we would talk about the planes we had never flown in, the clouds that we will one day kiss. See, we would never talk about the sky as if it was a distant sight. We would talk about it as if it was actually within reach. So fantasize with me. Take stories of Futsubishi Kando and talk about the limousines that we are never traveling in. Fantasize with me. Take stories of Chipomuitu Kando and talk about the pizzas that are never making our Tuesdays terrific. Let's talk about that one woman that we cherished, that one guy that we appreciated, that one friend that we never took for granted. Close your eyes and imagine. Let your soul drift away from the madness that life is to a place where magic isn't explained with facts but felt with heart. To a place where magic is not limited to the images of a Harry Potter movie. Fantasize with me. Thank you. And while we're still in that state of mind or frame of mind, allow me kindly ladies and gentlemen, kings and queens, gods and goddesses, and every one of you lovely souls watching us from wherever you are, please join me in welcoming to the stage right about now, Miss Koi Kare. Ladies and gentlemen.
She doesn't want to spread her legs. The first time she did, her hands were tied. Stories she had in movies. She chewed her feelings and pain. The shame of her nakedness ate away the strong woman she used to be. She was far from home and the smell of tarmac could have made her lungs collapse. Now, she doesn't want to spread her legs. She is afraid of what that first time felt like. She can't stand her naked body since that night. She tries, it never works out, she cries. But they confuse the sound of her laugh and her wail. So they think she's happy, tears of joy, maybe. She doesn't want to spread her legs. Even when they know why, they still want to tie her lips. But she wants to open her mouth and speak about the injustices that have been done to her body. About how her temple has been defiled by rich, dirty, powerful hands. About how her nakedness has been exposed to force to dying lenses and worn out eyes. About how her nights have been tormented by cursed thoughts. About how she hates to be a woman. About how her spirit calls for vengeance. How she calls out to the Lord and he is silent but remembers that she was taught that he too is a man. She doesn't want to spread her legs because the first time she did was the first time she died. The only time she intentionally spread her legs and wanted to, she was in love. But there was too much light in the room. So when the curtains fell, the lover did not like what he saw, so he left. Now she cries. No one hears the sounds of her wails. They think it's another poem, not realizing she is the poem. Wana escape mosquitoes chini ya neti. Wao pima malaria VCT. Aogopi risasi ndani ya gun, wanaogopa kofi ya mkono imeshika gun. Powders na filters mwasaidia kupaint a perfect picture before the 5-inch screen, but behind the scenes, pimples zinatoshana na dimples zikiwa zime-unfold. Na rough ride ya maisha tana filters haiwezi kuwa smoother. Tumejifunza kutoa uchafu mdomoni kwa kucha, alafu bila kunawa tunakula kwa sinia moja. Sisi ni watu familia. Na sisi si watu familia tu, sisi ni familia moja, tumetumia WhatsApp groups kujuana kimwili. Alafu repercussions tunapelekea admins in hidden tongues. Ndoa za kando siku hizi zinaanza na nitumie hii WhatsApp status. Alafu tuna expect a serious partner out of a relationship that was initiated by a meme. Vitu serious tunachukulia vichekesho na vichekesho tunachukulia serious. That being said, nasikia kuna moyo fulani imespotiwa chicken after kuku kuexpose kifua kwa windscreen. Bad mind ya binadamu ni si wala in heaven. But up to this time hatujui kama heaven kuna ghetto. Ati dhambi za binadamu kufanywa snow. Si kama black is the new white then makando kusema. Wanasema Koi aliacha sheng tangu aone mawingu na aanze kuchanganikiwa na time zones. Waambia hata wakiniita 15 minutes before show masaa ya wachawi bado nitawaroga. Na wakikuuliza mimi ni nani waambie naitwa Koi. Na mimi ndio ufanya marafiki wa 30. Waanze kutupa mbao. Hii job inafaa warudi. Ama barabara zifunguliwe nirudi kwetu. Si kutukana mtu huko. In fact, on regular basis mimi hutuma pesa ya sukari. Ama niweke cabbage kwa gari niseme ni chakula nasafirisha. But nitasemaje napeleka cabbage Ndarua na huko ndio cabbage utoka. Nimechoka kuona wrong decisions zangu kwake. Guidelines za hii pandemic ni stay at home, stay safe, guard your health. Lakini home hakukaliki. Ukigeuka hivi wewe ni ng'ombe, wewe ni takataka ama zote pamoja. Hata naogopa mtu anaweza itana ng'ombe kwa barabara nigeuke. Sijui tulitokaje from baby to ng'ombe. Week 1 was fine. We were in love. Yeah, I guess. Now I don't know what it is I live with. I have to sleep with a fork in my pants just in case he demands that I use one on him. I've been watching videos of how to protect myself using it. Normally, ningeita majirani. Lakini sahi kwa hii curfew, si nitapiga nduru na by asubuhi nduru itakuwa imenipiga nikafa. Huku ni sobibo. Raha ili move out by week 2. Job ilisha. Na by week 2 savings zilikuwa zinasema, may the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ and the love of. Natamani arudi job. Maybe nitawacha kulala na fork. Maybe nitapata job nijikalishe. Maybe nitarudi line kimawazo. Maybe nitaacha kukaa ridho just in case atupe sufuria nigonge kwa kichwa. Maybe ndoa itakuwa TBT. Maybe vita itaisha. Maybe ni thoughts zangu zitatoka ku Google how to get away with homicide. But for now niko stuck na fork kwa mapaja. Sijikuli, sijiserve na cutlery. Just in case nafaa kurudisha ngumi na fork kwa jicho. Mi hudil na malaunzi na mdomo kubwa kuliko shida zangu na shida zina mdomo kubwa kuliko lao niko ndani yangu. Hii dunia ndo imenifunza hii sanaa. Koi, kalamu, karatasi, kaa chini chonga. Nimeona heaven ikinifungia mlango na hell ikiniignore. So shida najua. Najua what it feels like to float in existence najua. Najua what it feels like to smile back na emojis after najua what it feels like to smile back na emojis after kulet out struggles zangu wanajua alafu wanadai. Koi wewe ni mdeep. For starters, naweza kosa kuwa mdeep. Maybe reality ndo deep. Maybe hii si talanta. Maybe hii ni way yangu ya kulet out struggles zangu wanajua. Na najua mwezi jua. Sika social media nyi wana nikismile kwa jua. Kitu wa mjulizi ni mbona Koi anakuanga amevaa sweta kwa jua? Ama mjua hata saa ingine baridi ukamnajua? Ojo sunshine ikikupatia cold feet giza ndo kufanya star. So star smile social media isijue jua yako inazima. Smile wasijue juu hata wakijua waezi leta jua. It's that time where I get to bleed my soul out to audiences that think that I am too deep, forgetting how deep these words cut into my skin. And now I bleed rhymes, and some wish to call this poetry. Asanteni. Ngetaka kumkaribisha bwana MC.
Dope Koi. A minute. Tell me about your book. I saw you're reading a piece there from it. What does your book mean? Yeah.
Tears of the Pen.
Tears of the Pen, yes.
It means life.
It means life.
Yes.
So like ulikuwa unaandika na machozi nini? Ama like
Machozi yako ni life.
I don't know.
Well, I wrote it from real stories that have happened in my life and in other people's lives.
Okay.
Yes.
It goes for how much, by the way, when guys wanna get it?
For 1,000 shillings.
For 1,000
hard
shillings?
copy,
Yeah.
and the soft copy goes for 500 shillings.
Piracy? Are you enabling piracy? You're sending a soft copy of your book. Teach me your ways, master.
See, we have moved into the digital world.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Makofi kwa Koi for such a fantastic work. Thank you so much for those who've tuned in. I'm seeing Wamboy Mother is saying that, the work is amazing. I'm seeing somebody, Banis Mbuki. We're having Brigadier General Lit. We have Michael Owino saying black is the new white. Basi Makandio Kusema. And we, of course, amazing work. You can continue to connect with us. #Nimbili, Jenga Hustle, Justice for Every Child KE. And today our concert is all about accountability. Wajibika. We want to know all those billions that serikali may receive. Where are they? Now, actually, by the way, mbona hii kazi mtaani tu iko tu Islando na inapatikana Runda kweli? We'd like to know. Runda wanafanya nini na hizo takataka zao ama huko ndo wako na special companies that collect that. Anyway, before I continue I'd like to welcome a fantastic lady. Put your hands together for Winnie from 100 million who's actually been running this campaign. Winnie, karibu sana, karibu sana, karibu sana. Winnie niaje?
Poa sana.
Hebu kwanza niambie sheng word moja tu unajua tukujua kama.
Mimi najua sheng mob. Mimi ni manzi wa mtaa. I'm the real manzi wa mtaa.
Basi nikiomoka kila youth ni dangulo inamaanisha nini?
Nikiomoka ni ukipata kakitu.
Yeah.
Kila youth anakufuata.
Dangulo ni kufuata.
Yani yani wanakuona kama bigi ama si kwa sababu ukiomoka kila mtu anataka kupata part of your do ama
I hear you lakini
I think wadiasheng mpya tu ni from hiyo jeshi
yeah.
Takwa Mbogi Genje wase wenye tuna work now for in this campaign because we are targeting young people, right?
Yeah, so tell me, what is this campaign about, by the way?
This campaign apart from Kenya actually it is a global campaign. This is what we are saying. Before COVID we already had injustices.
Yes.
But unajua kunile time ulikuwa unaambia wase sana watu wenye tunakuanga shida nao ni watu wa middle class. Wanasema mi bora niko na unga. Mi serikali iko sawa. Lakini COVID imeonyesha between penye uko na penye unga yako iko.
Absolutely.
It's a very thin line. Sasa ndio wale watu wenye wanajitanga middle class. Wameona kuna story kama middle class. Sasa kuna loan ile walikuwa wanachukua kulipa pole imekuwa noma. So sasa
magari zimeriposesiwa hizo magari za loan.
Na bana. Food hata sasa ni hard kupata. So this campaign was inspired by that. Tunasema inequalities have been there before, but this pandemic has shone a brighter light on it. So this is what this campaign is all about. But now this is what we are doing. Tunaambia wase wa young. I country ni yetu. Let us speak right now. Young people have always been speaking. Staki ati tuseme young people hawajakuwa wakispeak. But again, I keep on saying, hii pandemic imeshine a light. So that's why today unaona tuna work na young people because there is a very close relationship between art and politics. And how we young people organize ourselves today is very different from venye kina Rao, kina Orengo wali organize before. This is the digital generation. So kama art itafanya to reach out Mbogi Genje. Nataka niseme the right way. Kama itafanya tuwafikie, we want them to come on board. We want them to together
be part of this conversation.
Yes, and reclaim our country. Mani pandemic has been bad. We've been working even with the 20 youth-led organizations to make tukienda place kama Madare working with the youth there. We know when the pandemic started, Gava through the Ministry of Interior ilisema watu watapata food. But tu ni juzi niliona women rep akiuliza bunge food itenda lini. Nyinyi mnadhania watu wamekuwa kisurvivaje? Nimeenda Madare Isili imefungwa. Wamama wakufua hawawezi enda Isili, and these are casual laborers.
Factory ilifanywa juzi that wanna pay 15 bob kwenda kuoga, na actually the one way could defeat COVID ni maji, na wase wa Madhari wanalipa 15 bob kuoga. So I'm trying to imagine ladies who are on the menses and all these challenges that are happening. So how can young people plug into this conversation? How can they plug in? What other challenges? How can they plug into this conversation?
First, join the conversation. Na leo manze nimebambika sana juno na watu wa art wamejoin. They are speaking a language. Mbogi yangu kwa hivyo zone inaelewa. But even the culmination of this, we are going to come up with policy demands zenye tutapeleka to our duty bearers through the office of the president. So itafika time to ask young people who sign petition, to just show solidarity with us in this campaign. Alafu tutaenda kwa duty bearers wetu. But again, even the conversation doesn't end with this campaign. So for me, even at a personal level, I am looking at us, I'm bringing the younger generation Z, generation ya mlambezo wa mnyonyezi, into these conversations, into these spaces. Because for a very long time, achani kuambia MC Danish, Gava ina running on our ignorance. Ndio maana unadhani mbona hawakubalingi fund civic engagement. Juu anajua ukijua na vile sisi tunakuanga matata, tutawapeleka mbio itao. So even at a personal level and even far beyond this campaign, is just to continue bringing up a politically aware generation for them to be able to plug into the conversations that matter in this country. Yes.
Thank you so much, Winnie. Asante sana. I think that's a fantastic summary of why we're doing what we are doing. Ultimately, something also that's very interesting. Sometimes, mwanasesa ikam aibe kabilioni kamoja, we usually imagine that money is not ours. But people do not relate that 1 billion missing na lack of facilities kwa hospitali, barabara ya kuingia kwenye inabidi unatumia boat, kukirain, unayon na wana belch. We never get to connect these two things. And the conversation is that when Jack Ma donates, that donation is not for people to do their tender. It is for you, mwananchi wa kawaida. And therefore, let us connect through this conversation and comment. I'll be reading your comment in the next section. Put your hands together for the next MC. And by the way, nachuka kuitwa MC. Actually, put your hands together for the next poet and the next spoken word artist, Mr. Potter. Hapo sasa. Makofi kwake jameni. Makofi kwake jameni. Yeah, hapo sasa bro. Give me a fist bump, man. Give me ukumbo hapo sasa. All the very best, man. Yeah.
My name is Poeta, and I want to do 2 pieces, and I hope zitawabamba. So piece ya kwanza inaitwa Kilio. So kuna wakati tulikuwa tukipenda gazeti. Siku hizi kile tunaona daily kwa hii nation ni New Standard. Rise of knee infection. Watu wanahama. Mabed sitters zina lose couples to single. Hii state imewatenganisha. Sasa hivi wanajua mimi ya kukosa affection, kukosa attention. Jukile ilikuwa naeka at ease ina set apart. Loneliness inogopesha kama news alert. Na mangu akioshago nizo miaka zake mingi, ananihofia kuliko vile mimi namfikiria. Maisha yangu kwake ni precious, hadi juliza kana keep social distance na demu wangu. Juzi London alikuja kijani kunitisha kodi. Ilibaki nimemfungia dirisha juu sina do. To make it worse akaniambia sina inspiration. So aling'oa roof ndo daily niwe na someone to look up to. God. Najua mimi ni muungwana na najua dhambi zangu za Adam na Hawa ndo zilifanya mimi na hawa wengine tupitie haya mashida. Kazi tulisimamisha kama msichana na Peter Base kwa vijana. Na maji ilikatwa kwa sisi wapangaji nyumba. Tuko 1 meter away kukufa na ukame. Nikiona mtu odeni ya tala na branch, mashida zinaudhi kama mgeni ame overstay na hana mpanga kulive. Juu employees wengine wako leave na wengine waliambiwa leave. But where do you go to? Msee hajui culture ndo ongea mbaya kususani na jui reggae ndo roots za kutoa mayouth kwa mtaa mentality. Kama wewe ni msee haujui culture na unajua reggae ndo roots za kutoa mayouth kwa mtaa mentality. Haujui kile unajua. Na msee mwingine anaongea mbaya na ajui kwamba the fruits of labor ndo utoa mama mjamzito maternity. Uliza any youth na takwambia crime doesn't pay but tumbo kushiba ndo keep temptation away. Uliza any youth na takwambia hawa wazee waliandikwa kazi ka vijana when age was nothing but a number. Uliza any youth na takwambia sanitizer ku keep their hands clean won't stop them from doing dirty work juu hapo ndo pesa iko. Waulize. So kijana jipange. Wale wananja kutafuta ndo kulafiti. Usijihusishe na kulutafiti, jihusishe na kulutafanya utafiti. Biashara huanza na wale who mind their own business. Hata mahustlers hawatembeagi solo if they need company. Kuna wale wananuka vizuri juu mwagana geisha, na kuna wale wananuka just juu walifanya kazi nikae siku dunia ingeisha. Maisha kuja na problems to solve them. Sisi ndio solution. Kuna wale wana fuel diesel lakini hawajui sisi pia tunajitrain kupedal gari za moshi. Tuko na Matanzania mahali tunaona njia. Happy kungarisha lakini ibadilishi kuwa choo. Yesu ndo anaweza kuoya shepherd but haimanishi uwezi ni kondo. Hii life ukipigia hesabu utajua that your history define your future. Na mtu akikushow otherwise jua hiyo ni Kiswahili. Kwa hivyo wewe kumbuka kama vile Yesu alitumia Adam ku create Eve, sisi pia tunneed kuwa creative. Au sio? Yeah. So niko na piece ya pili. Hii piece inaitwa Billy and Mandy. Ninaongelea kuhusu vitu tu vitu zina happen tu kwa society. So wacha tuende. So wasichana wengi wale kijiji walitamani huyu kijana aliitwa Billy. Kwa hiyo mchezo alipenda kutumia mpira. During his leisure time na marafiki wake Fokandanda ilimsaidia kuto fall into pressures za teenage life. Kuna watu walimuona kama mtu mzima, lakini naye mwili yake kubwa haikuambatana na umri wake ndogo. So kuna time after mechi ya mwisho rafiki yake alimwambia waende wakajivinjari club pale ilikuwa inaitwa Barcelona. Billy alikubali, bali hope mambo itakuwa Messi. So later in the evening kwa club walikuwa wametulia alafu akaapproachwa na mwanamke alikuwa anaitwa Mandy. Sura ya kuvutia na umri wa kadri. Alipoona Billy ametulia alienda kwake na kumwambia that angependa kukaa naye chini amwambie vile atamsponsor. Bora tu Billy akubali keep company for the evening. Billy alikubali. So baadaye wakipiga gumzo mtani. Nikalu alikuwa anaongelea Nikalu. Aliambiwa itishe. So Billy ni nani? Si akaitisha. Waiter. Billy aliitisha akipewa, na alipomaliza aliitisha akipewa. Mara alianza kuhisi ni kama kichwa yake ilikuwa mzito na kuona ni kama mashida zilikuwa zinamhepa. Kumbe hakujua that pombe ilikuwa spiked na his vulnerability was her opportunity. Baadaye akiwa mlevi kupindukia, ali head home na who stranger who was now treating him in a friendly way. Those warm hugs ili equal to a lukewarm of affection. Na walipofika pale to her apartment, baadaye X na Y zilipatana na hopeless bed, na hapo ndo Mandy aliplease her selfish sexual desires kwake. Asubuhi ilipofika Mandy aliamka na kumwambia that what had happened during that night ilifaa ikuwe history. So he defined his future through kujaribu kuerase what had happened in the present. His rights are left abandoned kwa ile kitendo ya matundu, ile kitendo iliacha regret ya tick-tocking clock kwa his life. Vile alilei pale kwa bed, his body spoke of the naked truth. Aligundua ile bed haikuwa familia, na ule mwanamke hakuwa part of a familia. Aliona pesa kama payment for services well rendered, but yeye naye akumbuke kilichotendeka. Ilimchukua muda akajaribu kukuna kichwa akijiuliza nini kilitendeka, but alipopata fahamu akumbuke kikubali. So hapo ndo he realized that he was raped. You see, his brain will bleed of guilt na his thoughts suffered open wounds. Evidence ilikuwa written all over his face na zile pesa zingemnunulia dignity. Smile limeamgua kwa watch letter S kitembea mile away from him. His face limea wrinkles na tears zikipiga kona kwa his cheeks zikitafuta hideout ya innocence. Hakuelewa at some point in his life atatamani kwa mawe asiwe na feeling ya pain. Hakuelewa how life is to put up against the wall na the only option you could have no option. Hakuelewa how angeenda back kwa wazazi na kuexplain that rhetorical scenario to a stranger. A stranger had forced a way into his manhood. Kwa wazazi hawangemwamini, wangeamini Billy hakuweza resist temptation ya mini, wangeamini Billy was just a coward who couldn't even face his own shadow. Wangeamini. So Billy hakuripoti kwa polisi wala marafiki joga kuchekelewa. Ilimchukua time, akajaribu kuona kama time itajaribu kuheal the wounds, but alijiambia akipea fia mguu itakimbia na dreams zake. So kama lion aligain courage na kuface familia, jamii, na kuambia that it's not about how physically strong you are. That men too can be victims of such situations. Poeta. Na kabla niende nataka kuintroduce boy wangu mbaya sana, pia poet. Boy sidhani anatoka Othaya, though ni author. Ni author na pia ni poet. So wacha akuje pia wachanganye na maneno hapa hivi alafu wajibike, si ndio? So let's give it up for Tunhood. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Tunaendelea hivi tukiwajibika, si ndio? So I'm going to perform a couple of poems from my book. I'm an author. It's called What If. So the first piece is about Corona, the COVID times. Nilipokuwa high school, nilipenda kulala. Siku moja mwalimu akakuja akaniambia, Karanja, unapenda kulala sana. Ukimaliza shule, utalala hadi uchoke. Well, sikuwahi jua alikuwa na predict about 2020. When I've slept till usingizi imekuwa tired of me, and now it's casting me away using nightmares. And now I'm tired that I have slept that the sleep is fed up of me. It's now casting away by giving me nightmares during the day. I'm now tired of everything. I'm tired of sleeping at daytime, and when I dream I can't call them daydreams. I'm tired of the fact that people from urban areas cannot go to people up country. I'm tired of the fact that I cannot visit my mother at home because I'm required to keep a further distance. I'm tired of maintaining social distance because it is making us antisocial. Though it favors the blind people. Si mnajua hiyo sticker kwa gari yenye imeandikwa si kwa ubaya lakini ukikalia viti mbili lipa. Social distance is fighting against body shaming. I'm tired of the fact that we are living inside a horror movie, but American superheroes ain't saving the world. Michael Jackson, it's hard for making the world a safer place for everyone because people are now hungry. They better die while trying rather than stay indoors and die of hunger. Hunger is choking us. Our leaders only care when they need our votes. And now they only concentrate on power, not remembering that people are power. And I feel powerless. Hiki kipawa changu hakitiliwi maanani. And that's why I'm tired. God. Police can't guard us. Please guide them. They are supposed to help us follow the law, but apparently they know not the law. Police brutality causing mortality. They are so inhuman. The reason behind being cops. Let them leave that alone. Jobless, even the jobless, women who can't feed their families, who have seen the worst in their lives but can't sit and wait to see their children suffer of hunger. They now wish that they get people to adopt their children, and they can't take even their children to school because food for thought can't make their stomachs full. And since this speech is so touching, let me sanitize, as I would like to have a hug from you as soon as Corona is done. Thank you. My second piece is called I Wrote a Poem. It's about how artists suffer na hamtuelewi, si ndio? So, welcome. I wrote a poem about how I repair broken hearts using pieces of my broken heart. I wrote a poem about how the pain in me bleeds to make a mark of how I feel and quench the thirst of the readers. I wrote a poem about the candle in me burning, sacrificing itself to give a light that it never uses to people. I wrote a poem of how I show people the ways of living, hoping to earn a living but always finding myself in ways of dying. I wrote a poem about how I suffer from misunderstanding and how I live wondering, whether am I still living or am I simply not dead? Peace. This piece, the next piece is called If I Were a Girl. Na inaongelea tu vitu madem inafanya madem wapotee siku hizi. So welcome. If I were a girl, I would not let the foundation of my beauty be on the makeup I wear, but on my clean spirit. I will not use beauty products to make up my story, but my personality. And I'll always go for what I want, even if it's a man I want a hand in the relationship, because I would be a go-getter. If I were a girl, I would change my name to Rose, not to burden my boyfriend during Valentine's. I would act blind so as not to judge men by their looks, but by their visions. I wouldn't mind spending time with people I love, because that's priceless. If I were a girl, I would share real love, but not using men as items of convenience. I would never date a man who tells me that they spend sleepless nights thinking about me because they got no dreams. And I would act as a normal chick and not raising my ego. If I were a girl, I would join clubs that raise funds, not the one that I live well high. And I will never let short skirt minimize my decency. And I wouldn't mind being slim, because my calves are not what a man who should hold on to. If I were a girl, I would always be proud of my stretch marks, because they show that I'm not afraid of living beyond limits. And I'd better walk on barefoot rather than getting a car in a way that would bring a curse. And when I become a woman, I'd be faithful to my matrimonial vows and not letting my thighs fall apart for every Tom, Dick, and Harry, if I were a girl. The last piece is called What If. It's the one that I've named this book after. What if fetuses could hear what is going on around their mothers and what is in their mother's mind right from conception? How would they feel when their father was more than willing to have sex and have that short-lived pleasure that lasts not more than 5 minutes, ignores their mother's call, and things change upon hearing, I am pregnant. And their response is, you are pregnant? It's you who is pregnant, not me, so that is none of my business. How would they feel when their mother, who is a teenager, thinks of taking pills just to erase them from life? How would they feel when the friends of the mother encourage her to abort them? How would they feel when the parents of the mother say that this is an abomination and they're getting a bad reputation in the society, and when they even go to a step further and send her off home? How would they feel when the men of religion say that their mother is a sinner, not remembering that God should be the only judge? And you imagine if there was a portal where fetuses could choose when to be born, where to be born, the financial status of the parent, the religion, the gender, the race, the color, everything that we are discriminated about. And especially the gender part. I mean, how they choose to be female. a gender that propose they be aborted or how they choose to be male, a gender that does no charity. The only charity they do is donating sperms and running away from responsibilities. Men who just come, then go. Peace. Shukran watu wangu. Manzi, saizi niki welcome our next person. Umse anaitwa kijana mtanashati, aliyetoka mtaani na shati. But this time amebahatika at least amenunua kakoti. Sijui nani anataka kupeleka courtship. Karibu John Mike manzi. Ya kabisa. Sawa. Thank you.
Wacha ni sanitize mic kiasi. Kijana mtanashati. Why? Monthly cry. Wengi wao how choose to have a brighter smile ndio wafiche the dark story inside. Through msimu wa mvua life bado inaonyesha vumbi, so machozi zake zina rain kwa mvua, ni muda sijui period zake zimenyima furaha. Before the corona pandemic, mamake alikuwa kwa sekta za kufua nguo easily. Lockdown ikafanya job yake iache kugo easily, na budake alipasa away za maisha through cancer. So sad. Though alikuwa tajiri, but his situation ile wanyonya pesa. So sai probability ya kubuy food ni kubwa kuliko kubuy sanitary towels. Always. Na kiambia beshte yake Kevo, anajua vizuri atalipa na packaging. So riza tua. So ruma za gazeti najua, mbona wale 4,000 girls Machakos wako na mimba, mbona FGM imerudi kwa mainstream, mbona Grace amekuwa Grace mtani juu amekuwa jiko kwa jamaa kuna uwezo wa kutumia gas kuliko stove za kawaida. Tena akiangalia mtana cheki mama Junior, hakuna lama za uso, lawama kwa bwanake, but anajua mbona baba Junior amegeuka wazimu, anafahamu kwa nini akina Devia ulizanga budawa aliendanga wapi. Anafilile sababu alizikuwa usiku wakati kila mtu hakuna protective gears. Imagine this time round hadi professional mourners walinyimwa kibarua. So daily au shinda kwa hao amejificha kako kwa nataga mayai, hoping siku zake ziishe. Ili siku za awali kabla COVID-19 ijafika alikuwa anapata usaidizi chuo. Tena anafikiria kucall Red Cross, but anaona hii si first aid station, so anajibebea msalaba wake. Tena hizi tembea kwambia jirani wa plot because it is like everyone is trying to maintain the social distance. So there is a mask wake, handkerchief in a lead by example. Hautamini. Hawezi amini. Si hao ndo winners. Wanaweza shinda njaa siku mbili na bado maintain to the brighter smile. Hii situation kuna siku open up kwa chief since wanishi kwa ploti za mawe na si slums. Chief ali close up story yao na X. Why? Anajiuliza saa mbona budaki alidedi. Why corona imefika duniani wakati hawana mbele wala nyuma? Why? Unaweza punguza bili za maji na bado wengi wataflotuna vako za kuosha mkono mtaani. Why sabuni ya menengai na vuruta aerial kwao kuliko Dettol yapate form za kustay safe home? Why viongozi wote wako na nyama wana beef fiana time moja kumbali na fight kwa daily manifestos? Why vijana wa jaba wanaonanga maska baria? Why sanitize imekuwa daily allergies mtaani? Why madem wote wanaonanga corona pandemic ka Valentine edition mtaani? Why sura ya mtaikagwe na vocabulary kwa klase za meme lords? Why wengi wanatazama corona pandemic ka movie, ka video, ka drama, ka mchezo, so wana less porn na meno nje, sadaka kubwa kwa bleaching just a chill show na Kevin Hart? Why maswali mingi. Hakuna monthly cry but anaogopa kutoa machozi juu ana uwezo wa towels. Ana wish hii miracle wenzake upata nayo towels angepata nayo pia. Monthly cry wasaidia wasichana. The next piece inaitwa Choices. Hope mutaipenda. Out of the 7 days of the week, one she fears most, making her too weak, is only Thursday. TBT. Day will bring our history into present. Every day is a gift. Sindio, hii siku pia ni present kwake, with no joy but sad memories. Anakumbuka vile alipewa macho 4 na mamake, but still alishindwa kuona dreams zake poa. Aliongezewa rula na bado alikachora future yake gizigzag kombo. Jibu ya X-ray machine ingekwambia hii ni path ya lightning, msichana amechukua. Destination ni shock, ona sai pango zake ziko kwa koma. Dark day by which she finds herself standing in this lonely and lovely place. Every mistake to her is a grave offense. Anatamani angekuwa marehemu, but kifo yake nikaina kuja na resi ya konokono. Kifo inamugopa vile ye ni kifo. Hali ya damu yake ilishafanya kose kusave life ya mtoto wake mdogo, though wako na the same blood type. Mtoto mkubwa alishazaliwa na HIV virus. Hali yake imefanyadi majirani utamani kuweka antivirus kwa mlango zao. Majuto, discrimination, stigmatization, hizi zote zimefanya madaktari wamweke under pills 24/7, but still ana flash back to the early teen age, akiwa msichana mdogo, mrembo, msichana msupu, msichana malaika. Ile class za high school hakuwahi tokanga na grade ya A wala B, hakuwahi toka na C wala D, hakuwahi toka na E. Alitoka na P ya pressure. No condoms. Kama unataka kuvunja mfupa kama meno ziko, but too sad, meno zake zilikuwa too strong, zimelast up to date. Sai anauma ulimi akiteremsha na mate machungu, yote mfupa zilishaisha mtani. Majuto yake meshako magnified to big depression. Ile tamaa ya kufanya sex mapema ti practice make perfect. Sai natamani angebaki tu vajo, maybe angekuwa na hold the most precious jewel dunia nzima. Na ile passion ya kukata maji klabu eti anadai kutoa lock. Sasa natamani angefloat nazo, cause hata mwili yake imeshakuwa too loose. Mwili yake iko na vibration mode, haizi shika kitu moto bila kutetemeka. Yeye ni timu uji baridi sai. Macho zake bado ni zile two sexy eyes. Meno zake zimesha turn into brown color. Hawezi amini eti huyu dem ndiye alikuwa anafanya advert za Colgate kitambo. Na ile sauti yake ya kutoa nyoka pangoni, kumbe ilikuwa inamwitianga tu maswara. Sai ni mingi anajaribu kuziwinda, but every time anajaribu kuangalia mtaa na cheki tu irregular sides. Ataki turn theta, baada hizo fika direction poa. Anatamani angekuwa na uwezo, maybe angebribe watu wa neema, then aongeze pesa zingine kwa Kenya Bureau of Standards, KEBS, angalau zile plastic surgery zake yenye alipewa na daktari ziwe renewed, zi maintain standards za leo. Maybe sai angekuwa on the train, but too late. Sai kuna 27 years kwa ID, but life ishamgonga makeup kibao na kashusha kuna 72 years. Na in case akutane na karau, atakuwa anajibu zile swali za mistaken identity. Laiti angalijua msiba uliataka inanga pole. Juu hata majirani wa siku hizi biashara kubwa kwao ni kumind your own business. Alichopanda jana ndicho anachovuna leo. We make choices for a better or a worse future. Kijana mtanashati aliyetoka mtaa na shati nusu sawa alikuwa mvalong ya ka ki of witness na mfuko zake hako amebeba ka ki. Shukran.
No.
Okay. Next on stage.
Noma sana bro. Noma sana. Noma. Before next on stage mazesi ni definitely lazima to appreciate the good work you're doing.
Si wendo ulikuwa next?
Hapana, mimi si next bwana kia hivyo kumbo man. Wasa wanauliza manze you are on fire. Why corona pandemic? Wasa wanataka tu kujua what's your inspiration? Why are you getting all these vibes from bro? Unazitoa wapi jo?
Seriously, like mimi naangalia Kenya na pen mtaji. So what is going on mtaani ndo. So najaribu kuambia Kenya mnafanya sipo aje.
Na before show yanze ulikuwa umeniambia jina mtanashati ile come through. Na Mbwa ili come through from Niambie tu manze, mafans wajue Jo jina ni kali sana Jo.
Hiyo jina nilipewa juu ya suti yangu Jo.
Juu ya suti yako?
Na mbogi yangu fulani hapo, sitaki kuwataja.
Mbogi ya mtaa?
Mbogi ya mtaa.
Una represent mtaa gani by the way?
Mathare Jo.
Mathare? Which area of Mathare? Mathare ni big bro.
Pale Mathare area 2 hapo kwa social hall Jo. Mea dragness Jo. Ndio mimi utoka.
So now before I let you go, history ya Wajibika. Wakibonga kuhusu Wajibika kwanza, what does it una get nini hiyo story ya Wajibika?
Manze, Wajibika to just stand out for Kenya ina happen kwa mtaa, justice Jo, social injustice. Ambia tu wase hiki tu ni mnoma, ni mbaya. Then pia ubonge Kenya inakuathiri mtajo.
Alafu kuna history ya jenga hustle. So for you, I mean you as an artist, hii hustle yako kweli nalipa manze? Inaweza lipa mahari hivi Jo ama ngori?
Manze unajua msanii akikwambia hustle inalipa. Yeye anakuambia ameshafika ile ligi ya.
So hustle yako iko aje? I mean hustle gani meno na compliment na usanii bro?
Usanii tu sai ni poetry. Na ndio bado na flow nayo. Then pia kuna hustle tu za mtani.
So what are your future plans with poetry bro? Ndio shida tukikuona kwa stage manze.
Mimi nadai poetry, nataka tu poetry kwa kitu kubwa tu. Si kitu ndogo like poeta kuweka aonekane kama rapper Jo. Ukifika kwa stage manze, ukifika hapo hiyo stage kama uko na kina Octopizo manze, uko tu level moja, si unakuwa unawekwa level nyingine Jo.
But so unadhani ni kazi ya poet kufanya poetry fikie level, ama ni kuna venye tunaweza collaborate na gava ama na wale mabunyenye wa industry ku raise poetry fikie level?
Si all side tu. Collaborate na gava mabunyenye pia tu na mabeste tu. Ni all levels.
Before you leave, nataka unisanitize hiyo microphone right now. Tuki-invite Mbuki, actually who's coming to tell us more about what they've been doing. Alafu mlore hiyo mic. Umlore hiyo mic, alafu nataka kuna story kwa sababu what they've been doing actually ni kumake sure watu kama nyinyi, at least mna get mkwanja Jo kwa mfuko Jo through Jenga Hustle program. Msanitizie mpaka hapa hivi juu manze. Hapo sasa. Mtana shati. Alright. Mbuki, just join us. Mbuki, just join us. Umesikia challenge ya mtanashati ni kijana wa mtaa na pia ni msanii. Nataka tu kujua from mtanashati songa na Mbuki hapo sasa. Alright. Yeah. So mmekuwa mkiran program noma sana into Jenga Hustle. Nataka tu tuambie exactly Jenga Hustle ni nini na mnadu nini for vijana na wasanii.
Nataka kuambia wase COVID ni real, lazima tu sanitize. Lazima tu sanitize kila time, lazima tuvae mask na tukivaa mask lazima to make sure like umevaa kabisa na umeifinya vizuri. So I just wanted us to come tukuje naye. Lazima nikuje nayo at least nionyeshe wase venye wanafaa kuvaa.
Pia mimi niko na mask yangu by the way, venye tu sasa nao kubonga kwa microphone na kwa noma sana. Kwa noma sana. Yeah, so go on.
Sawa. Nilikuwa tu nataka kuonyesha kwanza, lakini for now acha tu nitoe. Ni at least mweza kunisikia vizuri. So
niko na homa basi.
So Jenga Hustle sisi tuko hapo ku make sure bongi genje wanapata job. Naona so niko create economic opportunities na ku ensure that hata policies zenye tuko nazo zinaweza ku ensure that my youth wanapata majob.
For example, kuna zile policies mko mkidiscuss, juu nakumbuka tulikuwa tuna deal na issue ya biashara fund. Ni policies kama gani pia mmeko mkideal nazo ndio watu kama kina mtanashati waweze kupata mganji kwa mfuko?
So tumekuwa involved kwa Kenya Youth Development Policy. Na in fact ina launchiwa International Youth Day on the 12th of August. Na ina launchiwa na president. Na pia zingine tumefanya nazo ni biashara fund kama venye umesema. Pia tumefanya cooperative policy. Unajua sasa tunajaribu ku encourage mambogi wa engage kwa cooperative. Wakuja pamoja waweze ku bring skills zenye wako nazo pamoja, alafu ndio waweze ku gain hustle yao.
Nyinyi ndio mlitoa yule madhe teke kwa ile organization ya Employment Authority. Ni nyinyi bado ama?
Manze unajua lazima hizi authorities ni kwa hapo ndio ziweze kubenefit my youth. So National Employment Authority kwanza walikuwa wameleta Wamboi na sisi tukaenda kotini tukapeleka petition na manze Judge Makau aliona huyu msee si qualified na alafu hata hatupei hilo masaik manze. Sisi majob pia sisi ma youth tuko qualified for those jobs. Mbona wasitupe pia sisi ma youth? So hiyo ndio ilikuwa issue yetu.
Kuna youth man alipata work hapo mazitu, ni kuna tumza aliwekwa chini ya maji hivyo akaingia na saizi anakula mshahara zingine wazimu.
Manze space ya policy ni challenging na tunajaribu kungangana. That's why tuna come up na partnership like Justice for Every Child. You know, this is a global campaign. So tuna partner na wao ili tuone what can we learn from other campaigns across the world ya tuweze kuimplement hizi policy. So we are still struggling, hata sahi hawana chair bado. So basically hatujui what is the situation like. So everything is very grey. Hata ofisi kila mtu uliza National Employment Authority ofisi yao inakuanga wapi na hufanya nini. So we are still pushing, we are still working towards that, but hopefully manze hizi issues tunaweza kuzideal nazo. Lakini hata tukiongea historia nini we are asking tunaweza kuwa na programs zenye zinasaidia ma youth. Juu sasa kama kitu kama kazi ya mtaani it's not sustainable once. Alafu unapewa ganji siku kadhaa, alafu I mean how grow is not innovative nini. So Jenga Hustle liko hapo kuensure that tuna give the technical skills ndio tuweze kubuild programs fiti zenye zitasaidia ma youth.
Alafu finally as I let you go.
Yes.
History ya Jenga Hustle imesupportwa na team gani? Who supported Jenga Hustle? Ni team gani? I mean organization gani imesupport Jenga Hustle hivyo?
Manze tuna appreciate ActionAid imesupport Jenga Hustle for the last 3 years. This is actually the 4th year na tumeweza ku gain so much. Now we are so proud of our partners and also Global Platform Kenya. Tunajaribu ku work na different organizations that support my youth to ensure that Kenya, I mean, we have the highest unemployment in East Africa. Yet economy yetu ndio iko the highest. What's happening? So we are trying to see how can we support these institutions, government, stakeholders tunaweza come pamoja ili to create a better better hustle for the young people of this country.
All right, Mbuki, as I let you go, tell the people who your full names and which organization you represent and what's your title there.
Yes, so jina langu naitwa Mbuki Mburu. I work for Power 254, mini civic engagement officer, and I'm so proud of the young people. They are doing amazing work. Keep up. And artist wetu by the way nimeappreciate sana. Umeona ile presentation wamekuwa wakifanya, so big up asante.
Absolutely. Makofi kwa Mbuki manze, though I've known her for a while, a very powerful lady. And let just the next artist spontaneous akuje kwa stage as the gentleman, who will be playing the guitar and amsaidia na nini na kwa just your kitty na kunini. And then right here bro Joe, manze sanitize your story Jondo, sanitize spontaneous. Sanitize tukibonga kidogo. Yeah. How long have you been doing this work spontaneous?
Well, I've been doing this for a while now. Started out in 1998.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. So from 1998. And from that time to 2013 is when I officially began the spoken word journey.
All right.
Yes, officially.
And so far, how has it been for you, by the way?
It's been very, very interesting.
Yeah? Is it paying well?
It is.
It's paying well.
I would say that God has been faithful in this line.
Yeah.
I would say that one, it's not even really about the payments alone, but it's more of the feedback that we get from people, because the kind of poetry I do is just meant to heal.
Okay, and his name, the gentleman will be playing for us the guitar.
Stingota.
Absolutely.
In the area.
Guza kidogo, Joa. Spontaneous, the floor is yours. Do your thing.
Thank you so much. Yes. Meanwhile, as we figure this out. tuonyeshe mienendo zako, tusaidie, tuangazie, tuonyeshe mienendo zako. I do not know who to chew this beef with. Should it be with a person who's not masked at all, or should it be with the person who wears the mask on his chin as though it's for fashion? Or should it be with the parents, those with protective gears while their children are left for God? I honestly do not know who to chew this beef with. Should it be with a person who's honestly leaving home to go and fend for their families, or with a person who's running away from home to avoid conflict? Or should it be with a person who's actually obeying the curfew and the lockdown regulations but still violating it by beating up their spouses? Honestly speaking, I do not know who to chew this beef with. Should it be with a woman, the one who's now throwing tantrums because she's the current provider of the home? Or should it be with a husband, the one who's now wallowing in his helplessness and hopelessness because the business that he once had has currently gone down? Please tell me, should it be the lack thereof or the existence of it? Who should I pick this beef with? Should it be the landlords, those who are throwing people out of their homes because they cannot pay rent? Or should it be with the employers, those who are laying off their employees without pay? Or should it just be with the wealthy, those who are too greedy to share? Or should it be with the corrupt government officials who have wasted the taxpayers' money that should have helped the citizens right now? I don't know. Please tell me, who should I pick this beef? Please tell me, should I pick this beef with those who are honestly not abiding by the lockdowns and curfew regulations because they fear hunger more than death? Or should it be with the government officials, those who have given up these regulations but do not have a clear strategy of how people are supposed to survive in this period? I mean, it's so simple, basic maths, like don't pay rent for the next 3 months, or at least have free access to sanitizers, masks, and gloves. Very basic maths, like easy salary, easy clothing, easy food. Or maybe I should probably pick this beef with us, we who cannot forgive one another during this pandemic and check up on each other, with we who are arrogant and ignorant and are not willing to check up on our neighbors and even offer an extra meal, or we who keep on questioning about the homeless and the street kids but we do not accommodate them. Are we who are acting as though we were ready for this pandemic? I mean, even God knows that the big five never anticipated for this, so why are we like this? We who preach love but do not show it. Tusaidie, tuangazie, tuonyeshe mienendo zako. I made a promise to a friend that when I ever got a chance to perform during this period, that I would share in their story. I'll talk about how being at home has become jail. I will talk about how home has become jail. Let me use the words that she used, or probably the song that she used. Ongea juu yangu, punguza machozi. Ongea juu yangu, punguza majonzi. Footsteps. I did not hear them when they came. Footprints. I did not see them even with the lights on. Feet. I did not feel them, yet the door did shut. Locked in our own counties, abiding by the song, stay home, stay safe, but no. The hotlines are buzzing, the numbers increasing, lives decreasing, but no. Our voices are fading, but no. Our lungs are failing, but no. Threat looms where safety is expected. Home. The home that I once painted in the curves of my childhood smile. Home painted in red with a blush of sustenance. Home polka dotted with the fresh fruits of our wombs. Home frescoed with laughter. 14 to be more precise, because statistics say that an adult can only laugh 14 times. Remember, the home that I once carved in the smiles of my childhood, with 14 million gallons of toothpaste, remember? Just to keep my 60-second smile fresh all day for your 8th one, remember? But no, threat looms where safety is expected. There's walls. These walls have become rather small. These walls each have a story. You see, there is where I became a woman among the 2 women out of the 3 women who face violent extremism and violence currently during this shadow pandemic. You see, that is where he first hit my head on the wall. He said I was deemed for abiding by these regulations, the ones that caused his frustrations. Here is where he begged for forgiveness, then begged for his conjugal rights, then took it. Ongea juu yangu, ongea juu yangu, punguza majonzi yangu, punguza machozi, ongea juu yangu. Footsteps. I did not hear them when they came. Footprints. I did not see them even with the lights on. Hands. I did not feel them, yet the phone did shatter. So I relate. I relate with those in Italy. My helpline calls like theirs have decreased. I relate with those in France. Because like them, I too wish that I could get into a supermarket or a pharmacy and just utter the word mask 19 as a self-line. I relate. Do you? Do you relate? Do you know the taste of death on a living tongue? How it feels to live in a living body, yet meet your corpse. Do you relate? Do you? My heart goes out to those in Juba for having had to endure rape, yet staying at home. My heart goes out to those in Peketoni for the many times that they have to carry an unborn child of defilement. My heart goes out to the frontline workers at Alupe for the many times they have to handle attempted rape. My heart goes out to you for having an impregnated sibling because of your own son. My heart goes out to you, to you, to you who feels like your home is jail. Spontaneous. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for listening in. And I am excited. I am so excited. I don't know if I should have the next artist. You know what? I'll just let the MC do it for us. Yeah?
Absolutely, absolutely. Nilikuwa nataka kung'ang'ana kubeba mic na sanitizer. Hebu jisanitize vizuri hapo manzi. Sanitize yourself. Now, on Twitter and on Facebook, we are having fantastic conversation. Burugu Babu, thank you so much for the big up. Denzel Kwanga says, we moto kama passes spontaneous. You know, I'm seeing Teresia Warui says, Banis Mbuki Mburu is a great leader. We're doing such a great job with msanii na recognize msanii mwingine. We are seeing a lot of kwanza Zebi Nyakengana, so much love and too many comments, and you've been with us from the time that tulianza. Kazi safi bro, thumbs up. And of course I'm seeing Michael, who's the program manager at Power, to do or not to do difficult questions that we have to deal with during this COVID. Thank you so much, Spontaneous and
Sting the Towel. I think now.
Osha your mic kidogo before uongee. Toe mati ya wasanii wengine. So yeah, tell me more about it. You know, sometimes when you're just the instrumentalist, behind such a powerful voice, people may not know who you are. Who are you?
Cool. It's cool. We're used to it.
Karibu, bro.
Yeah.
You said you're
sure. I go by the name Otivo.
Yeah.
Stingothao. That's my stage name. Yeah. Otivo Stingothao, Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah.
Twitter.
Yeah. All right. So you play this instrument alone, or what else do you play?
I play guitar, percussions, drum and bass.
So you're a full-time musician? I mean, you're a full-time artist?
Yes, I am.
Bro, in a different city kweli, bro?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
For real?
Yes.
Now you're not like a tupake watu mafuta juu. Hizi magigs na ka mob. Hizi magigs who come through mpaka unaweza kulipa rent.
I think in any trade, it doesn't matter. There is a level that ukipatia dedication and consistency and you just put your heart into it, things will always work out for you.
Yeah, okay.
Unajua?
Yeah.
Because like wase wako home, ama wherever you are on your phone, on your laptop, ukituona hapa, you don't know the people who are behind the cameras, behind the scenes, working around the sound, And that's just like our whole industry. But these people have also dedicated and have given their game, their best. You as an MC, say kuna MC wako home, wengine walienda ocha, But since umejidedicate na ukajipatia the A game, when push comes to shove, unajua
power lazima nitafute.
Yeah, they were the tough
story, umesikia story, Joe. Michael, umesikia story, yeah. All right, so how long have you been doing this, by the way?
Kesho ni August, sindio?
Yeah.
So August ikishika, kesho, mtoko nimecheza guitar 19 years.
Wait a minute, 19 years. 19 years. And you started this thing in 1998. Then you guys are vampires. You look young.
No. We are blessed to have parents who not only loved art, but were artists.
All right. Thank you so much, guys. Next, we are having Brigadier, who's, we're tuning live from the United States of America. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hand together for Brigadier. Thank you so much.
Brigadier, it's a general speaking. Ni kamanda ise. Vipi kamanda mwanangu nakuona sana. Ni jenerali masiku zimepita bana. Na kupigia hivi kujulie hali. Vipi bwana gavana hadi aliitimiza. Bwana gavana aliondoka kaenda mjini. Huku bwana rais kaenda kukopa China. Leo hii uchumi imefika stendi. Wa Kenya ni abiria, wa China ndio madereva. Ukopa sawa, cha msingi ni maendeleo. Ukopa sawa, haya wapi maendeleo? Basi yule naibu alitenga bilioni 2 na kanisani akatenga bilioni 7, wizara ya usalama akatenga bilioni 9, na mashinani pia akasema huko atafika. Hizo siasa kelele zilishapiga, ahadi feki ndo zao sana za vita. Serikali ya Henisheki imewabeba walafi na mafisadi. Kama kweli wanatujali, watulinde pia sisi rasilimali. Serikali ya Henisheki imewabeba walafi na mafisadi. Kama kweli wanatujali, watulinde pia sisi rasilimali. Okay, vipi kinyozi bado siasa anafanya? Kinyozi nani hapo namaanisha baba? Huyo baba bado kiongozi upinzani. Una habari upinzani ni kunywa maji. Pande moja kwa leo unasema ni BBI, huyo ni bibi wa ndani. Ni binti fulani inahusishwa na madaraja. Wanasiasa wote wanamtaja usiku na mchana. Wanasema imekuwa reggae, huku wengine pia wanacheza kama karata. Vipi ya Tony bado sakashifu ushenzi. Anajaribu ila tukuelewi pia. Vipi ushuru je? Kesi ya DJ yako kwa sasa yako kotini kilockdown. Na yule jaji je? Na yule binti je? Kapewa viti mamlaka kutoka Ikulu. Serikali ya Henisheki imewabeba walafi na mafisadi. Kama kweli wanatujali, watulinde pia sisi rasilimali. Serikali ya Henisheki imewabeba walafi na mafisadi. Kama kweli wanatujali, watulinde pia sisi rasilimali. Yule Legamba alishinda uchaguzi, bola inaleta kasheshe. Wale wachungu walisema yeye msaliti, wakamweka kwa jambi, wakamnyang'anya kiti. Wale kwake na vipi samu corona. Kila kukicha hesabu inapanda kaka. Majirani wa bongo waliathiri mpaka papai. Japo huku mjini imeathiri mpaka Rungai. Na kieleweke je, natanga je. Hao ni ndugu na dada wa tumbo moja. Wengine mashinani, wengine wako mjini. Japo kwa hoja nasikia wanabishana. Yule seneta Elgeyo pia akapigwa cheka. Vipi Ikulu na naibu je, huko Ikulu mwanangu hakueleweki. Huku bwana naibu kwa kweli amekasirika. Serikali ya Henisheki imewabeba walafi na mafisadi. Kama kweli wanatujali, watulinde pia sisi rasilimali. Serikali ya Henisheki imewabeba walafi na mafisadi. Kama kweli wanatujali, watulinde pia sisi rasilimali. Hey yo, it's a 4-2-5-5-4 Brigadier.
But after Maliza. Yeah. Ani akiingia tunamhype, then unatoka, then tukimaliza they come and they bow and Maliza. All right, thank you so much guys. Okay, absolutely fantastic session. Wajibika Concert has been nothing except amazing. Tumekuwa na wasanii wanoma sana, wamecome through vibaya sana. Mtanashati, Spontaneous, all sorts of artists akina Storm, who told me is a storm without an R. And as we are almost done, I'd like to read a few comments. John Esemeki says, good stuff, Spontaneous. We are having Black Otoyo. When life pushes you over, you push back harder. Speak to your leaders, Yani. Looters with license, lazima wajibike. We're having Eugene B, Kazi Safi Mkurugenzi, Briggs the Mic Killer, Wapiril, and then we have Black Otoyo on point kama PowerPoint. Before I go off to introduce the final artist, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to give a big shout out to Power 254, Action Aid, Global Platforms, and 100 million. And now put your hand together for the showstopper, the man himself, Mr. Anthem Republic. Sanitize, social distance. Action Aid, Global Platforms, and 100 million. And now put your hand together for the show from the man himself, Mr. Anthem Republic. When you big shot says kukuliza maswali, take your thing, man. Do your thing, man.
Oh, yes, I go by the name Anthem Republic. Yani from ghetto to the world. Hata unajua kama hujui si umejua. Yes, so yeah, twende. God over COVID. From ghetto to the world. Anthem Republic. God. Mi sijui kuhusu wenye hawakuamini. Ile kitu naamini ni mimi, bila wewe singekuwa. That's why nachukua hii hatua. Kwa sijui kanu ulijamu kama kutupanish, ama ni mother nature anatutreat hivi jua vile tumekuwa tukimistreat. Na kani watu fulani waliongozwa na ulafi. I hope hata saa hivi are still laughing wakiona number of coffins ikiongezeka. Watu wakiteseka na kereka, quarantine, quarrel time. Ni morning tukingangana nani ndiye ataingia choo wa kwanza since ni moja area mzima. Maji ni madrops, beat kama heartbeat ya mgonjwa wako ICU. Na tunafaa kuosha mikono ICU. Oya raya, watch utata bila watch. Sansempiaji atakukacha, atakupiga na marash. Trust me hautanuka poa, so by 7 kwake jani. Cause corona inaffect watu from 7. Oops, I know nothing about that. Tumbo tupu pia ni ugonjwa, nitajifungiaje kejani? Mwenye nyumba tamwambiaje jamani? Wenye hula kwa pipa nani ndio wategemea? Wenye waliangusha hii keme, walitaka situ wategemea, washindwe na wachecheme kabisa, si watukome. God come kabla kiumane, kama usitumane, kama ukweje hazi kabla izame. You are the better option to redeem kama bonga. Raya, ataka upendi usoro. Sorora uone innocent saia na safa na corona. Uone ameingiza njeve na mwili kona joto. Labda hata ana so kwa mfuko lakini akona so throat. Akikofu ni dry, swali ni why. Hana gari but anaendesha. Aya, ajopendi kupigana. Lakini ukiwa na hizi symptoms, piga nambari hiyo. Unajua maji ni uhai, lakini ukikufa upewe hautafufuka. So saa yuko uhai, kunywa na ikue warm. Weka ndimu ongeze ladha, ndio hii virus ikikami kupata ukiwa ready kama wanariadha. Na atakawe ni sharpshooter, avoid kujishika kwa face ka hauko ready kuface ugonjwa ina spread kuliko rumors. Haina huruma, haina difference na makarao fulani wa Kenya. Anyway, isi time ya kubleru, ni time ya kuunite to fight hii fight. So hata ka ufiki bei ya matumbo, unaweza afford tumaini. Ni vita ngapi umefight na God ajai kuweka chini? Aminia, nyash, hata mimi na mogopa Mungu pekee. Na hii virus ikijaribu kutushika, naomba Mungu tutetee. Cause God, sisi sio majani chai, but please, tuchunge. Anthem Republic. Esaya, God over COVID, au sio? Na sasa jumi natoka Madhare, natoka Madhare, mchai inaitwa Madhare yani. Yeah. So ni from ghetto to the world. Nataka kuwakaribisha kwa hii mtaa. Ghetto ideology, wenye mko na hizo perception, hizo ideology muache kuhusu ghetto. Acheni wakaribishe hii mtaa. So welcome. Kama utembee kwetu ghetto, kama utembee kwa mtaa ya mastaa, kama utembee kwetu ghetto, kama utembee kwa mtaa ya mastaa, I was born and raised up in ghetto. I spent my childhood years in abject poverty. Bullet for breakfast, lunch unpredictable, maybe supper, take water. What a life. My mama used to hustle every day for my better tomorrow. And she used to say, son, smile today, cause tomorrow might be holding sorrows. Tukolabo leo, cause kesho kuna mtu anaweza baki solo, so hata ukuwe na shida nyingi aje usiwai bend solo. Jiamini kabla watu wa kuamini, and so at the tender age of 2 years I could tell the difference between a real bullet and a rubber bullet, and mark you, none of my family is in the army. Situation has recruited us by force. We know no authority. Shoot to kill is the hit song in the ghetto, so mgeni come to sing along. We come utembe kwetu ghetto, come utembe kwa imta ya masta. Ae come utembe kwetu ghetto, come utembe kwa imta ya masta. Ukiwa youth na uko ghetto, wanakuita criminal, wanasema kill them all. We are subjected into degrees of intimidations and violence. We are not independent in our own country. We are like refugees. Jesus tuende wapi since every corner ina smell death, kila mtaro ina flow blood. Ghetto iko painted na zuni hadi naogopa since naishi maisha ya saa hii. Anytime unaweza sikia why and them is no more amemuwai. But we come utembe kwetu ghetto, come utembe kwa imta ya masta. Ae come utembe kwetu ghetto, come utembe kwa imta ya masta. Hii mtaa pia inaishi Kenyan citizens. Uliza mtuva atakuambia mambo huku ni mseto. Karibu ghetto na kupromise ukikam utatamani kuseto. Pole kausha ikamuku akakuhanda boss. Ni vile Rose mwando waishi huku, so wakunge kuwa na mtu wa kukubembeleza. Cause kuna wenye wanaongoja tuombe ndio watupe. Na akitupea atupei kwa mkono, labda watupe. So in case nimesahau kukuomba, jua God sijaisahau kumuomba. Sieste wanabondanga mali ghetto, sisi ubonda sura, na bado mbebi anakuambia you are handsome. Napenda hiyo sura, so sura za wageto zikiogopesha kiudani trejo. Jueni heart zetu ni safi kaza angels, and when you look down on us there'll be nothing to smile about. We come utembe kwetu ghetto, come utembe kwa imta ya masta. Awe come utembe kwetu ghetto, come utembe kwa imta ya masta. Karibu kwa imta yenye watu hawaishi ghetto ndo wanajua mengi kuhusu ghetto hadi kuliko sisi wenyeji. Ati macho ya mghetto ikikuwa red, haiwezi kuwa alikuwa anavuta mkokoteni vumbi kaingia. Wanasema ngali vuta bangi, sanani atamsaidia. Ati mghetto akikuwa na pesa, wanasema kuna mtu M-Pesa ametesa, ati amebeba pesa akamwachia tu mayo. Karibu kwa mtaa yenye inaaminekania wezi na kusucceed tuwezi. Mtaa yenye hewa sisi ubreathe yote ni insult. Na ukirudi nataka uambie hivi. Waambie apart from sisi kuwa wakora, pia tuko na the best footballers wenye wamekaa tu base wakichomoa na sola. Tuko na the best singers who can sing songs that can swing in your mind to remind you of the positive things that we are capable of doing. Better than most DJs who can scratch your negative attitude and spin you back to a normal human. Tuko na the best dancers design wanaweza dance news ama wa dance national anthem. The best rappers design wakirap Kanye West na sound kama Kenya ni from Western. We are diamonds in the dust. Tumechafuka after some people kutuchafua, and we just need someone kutupanguza, cause we are ready to shine to this world. We come utembe kwetu ghetto, come utembe kwa imta ya masta. Awe come utembe kwetu ghetto, come utembe kwa imta ya masta. Anthem Republic. Yes, hiyo najua imewafikia home. It's like a black paint that paints my heart black every time I recite it. It's like a horror movie. And I'm not the main character, so it's obvious I'm approaching my grave. Brave is no longer my name. My name is extrajudicial killing candidate. And I know CS Samuel is expecting me to pass, so let me pass this message before I pass. Cause I live for the moment. More are not meant for me. God's plan never. Afande splen, afande kahunanga rada juu kitu kifyetua huwa ina mada mtu chaue la. Soka spirit kakikuambia uwa kaambie la. Lazima ujue hiyo ni light unadim kwa familia yenye shachoreshwa giza. Familia yenye na wishinge kuwa mchezo wa kuigiza juu leta breadwinner angeamka endelee kuchase dream. Dream yake ya kumake society according to God's will. But saa hii imekuwa tu ni blunder. So deli unamchesi simba kifuata swara kando. Mtani utupia mani kienda jiji kuna kanjo. Hata kani chembo na kumada ikwe ndio dajo. God am I living mapapa sama huu ndio mwanzo. Huku hata ukiamka mapema bado watakuita the later. Kuna kabisa difference ya ugonjwa na afande. Kuzote zineza kushika hata kuena kipande afande. Afande na respect the fact that wewe ndio uko in charge. Na hata kama umedunga koti wewe si koti usini judge. Buda fuata sheria, mimi pia nitafuata sheria. Tunde better wellness akamsenje kuagotea. Na kulipata niko beza swe pia mimi sitapotea. So afande itabidi unijenge kitu kidogo kuzinajua siko kazi na shida zako zangu wacha zangu ziwe zako na tubadilishe life sio kumalizanga life na nicheza part yako achana cheza part yako bana cheza na part yako vile kwa ghetto mina struggle kama lion in the jungle manze daily mina hustle hizi shida nizi siku ishi bila skando nyumba kucho muona kando vita jua mpango wa kando na black better things una worse and things that kwa things umeshindwa ku defend game so unatafuta that to fame anthem Republic. Yes, sire. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Na shukuru sana yani Power 254 na wasanii wenye wamekuwa hapa mbele yangu manze mmetu represent to the fullest. Na furahia sana kushia stage na nyinyi wote. Bless up.
Just finally, as you say you represent Madare.
Yes, I
so umekuwa kiduijo nini for how long, man? How long have you been doing this usanii, man?
Usanii?
Yeah.
Tuseme nimeanza tene but naweza sema like professional nimeanza 2017.
Yes, and so far it's coming along well. Imekam vizuri na come through.
Kweli ndo hiyo ina come through. Kweli.
All right, man. I'd like to invite all the artists who have been around, at least to make sure kuna social distance, just a few of us, so that then there's a bit of social distance. What? All right. A few of you guys social distancing as we join, as we come to the stage. We're seeing Julius Rasat, Karibu Mtaya, Master, Evans Odipo, Tieno Noma Sana. You know, we're seeing Milio Mino, great stuff. What an inspiration. Milio Mino hapo kwa watu wanajua more about ghetto kuliko wasewa ghetto na wajaishi ghetto. Michael Oweno says, Anthem Republic ni fire. And of course, we are so grateful to each and every one of you who tuned in today for the Wajibika concert. We are almost going to let you go so that then you're able to, you know, we're trying to deal with curfew, maze time ya curfew. And therefore, I'd like to have this artist come on board and come and bow to the great audience who've done an amazing work. Manze kujeni tu, I just want us to give a final bow to this audience. Ndo tufike mtaani haraka sana. But before that, manze, final sanitization before sanitize. Social distance, bro. Social distance. Mask, kama uko nayo vaa mask, manze. Vaa mask. Yes, vaa mask. And to the great audience, people who have been with us from 6 p.m., we just want to say a big thank you. And as the artist and the entire team, we bow in honor of your presence. Thank you so much, guys. Asanteni sana. May God bless you all and enjoy the rest of your evening. Asanteni.
Thank you.